On Tuesday, July 9th, the U.S. Army 101st Airborne Division Association sponsored its second annual Veterans Fishing Trip. Veterans from all areas of the North Shore, including New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Maine, as well as a group from Boston, gathered at the Bridge Marina in Salisbury, Mass. for the 8 a.m. departure aboard the Clipper Fleet's Sundance 2 fishing boat.
Yeah, and I'm here, fishing trip number 2, Veterans Fishing Trip number 2, and I'm here with the primary organizer, Dick Kelly. Dick, what do you think?
Oh, looks like we're going to be in for a good day.
Fishing and
well, hopefully catch some fish, tell some stories.
Yeah, and we're getting a escort out of the harbor by the United States Coast Guard, who you can see right over our shoulder here. Did you arrange that, Dick?
Yes, I had a hand in that. Yes, and we're very lucky to have that. Yes.
Yep. And last year we did this, and I know we got a lot of positive compliments, and a lot of people were pleased, and a lot of new folks this year.
Yes, we do. You know, it's easy to fill up a boat, you know, with the same people. So, you know, you try to get different people on board. This year we reached out to the Veteran Center in Boston, and we have 8 or 10 guys on board that are from the Veteran Center on Court Street in Boston. So we thought it'd be nice to give them a day to something different.
Right. So we have representatives from the Boston area, from Beverly, Newburyport as well.
Yeah, Gloucester, Ipswich. Yeah, and I think Georgetown, Amesbury. Yeah.
So the weather's a little bit different than it was last year. We had a beautiful sunshiny day. It's a little overcast, but it should blow over, I think.
It's supposed to burn off.
Yeah. So anyway, Dick, great job organizing this, and I guess the guys were on our way out to the banks where the captain knows the secret fishing spots, right, where all the fish are hiding.
Well, he's been doing it for 35, 38 years, so he knows where the fish are. So. But this is supposed to burn off, and it should be a nice day.
Okay, great. All right, Dick, thank you for talking with us, and we're heading out to the banks, and all the veterans are getting ready to catch the big one, aren't they?
Yeah, the big one, yeah. Also on board we have Kevin Hunt, who is the VSO in Newburyport, who was instrumental in coordinating this effort. 2 veterans agents who also helped us were Rich Barbado from Gloucester and Jerry Jalebi from Beverly. Neither one are on board today, but they too helped us coordinate this effort. We also have on board Walter Kosmowski, who is local TV, community TV. They were on board last year and did a terrific job interviewing people, and they edited down to a half-hour program which was shown throughout the North Shore and other cities that opted to pick it up. So Walter will be roaming around interviewing people, so you'll see him from time to time. Also on board we have Terry Ogun from the Boston Globe. She too will be interviewing for the Globe. And we have Karen on board who will be taking still shots with a 35mm camera. That's pretty much it. Just to make the trip a little bit more interesting, there's a cash prize for biggest fish and a cash prize for most fish. So that's it. Enjoy the day, enjoy each other, and let's see if we can catch some fish. So tight lines to all. Thank you.
And I'm here with Tim Smith. And Tim, you have just finished up a year as the state agent of the Veterans of Foreign Wars.
Yes, I just finished up as the state commander of the Massachusetts VFW, and now I'm what you may call past state commander, but I did retain a position with the Massachusetts VFW as District 10, which is Essex County. I will be their commander for that area. So I still retain a title and a position, as well as do a VA claim still.
And Tim, we know you very well, and you're from Beverly.
Yes, I am. A lifelong resident, besides the fact of being in the service from 1981 to 98, and this is my second year on this fishing trip.
Right, so this is, hopefully this, we hope, the organizers hope, that this will become an annual affair, and we've gotten a lot of good comments on it so far.
Yes, we have. And in fact, I'm hoping to do a cookout during homecoming this year, on the Friday following the whole week events of homecoming. We're going to try to put together that annual event that we once had at Veterans Cookout.
Yeah. Now, Tim, I have to, at your expense, I have to. Last year, you didn't fare so well on the catching fish side, did you?
No, as a matter of fact, if you recall my comment, the only thing I caught was cold. So, but it was still a good time by everybody. Yeah.
Now, did you do anything to prepare yourself for this year so you'd be better at catching fish? Read any fishing manuals?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading up. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Tim Smith from Beverly. Thank you very much,
All right,
Tim.
Thanks, Walt. Yep.
And I'm here with Pat Meehan, and Pat is a bagpipist. What's the correct term, Pat?
I usually say piper.
You're a bagpiper. And unknown to us, we are going to get piped today. Is that correct, Pat?
Yep. I'm going to play as the wreath is being dropped in the water. I'm going to play Amazing Grace.
Okay. So tell us what we're going to. We'll be taping this later, but we're basically going to be putting a wreath into the water in commemoration of some of the service people from other wars and other times. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I'm here with Dick George. And Dick, what is your official position here?
I'm a special events coordinator for the 101st Airborne Division out of Fort Campbell.
Okay. Now we're going to be doing a little wreath tossing ceremony here. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing here today for our audience?
What's going to happen here is we're going to set this wreath out on a line, and one of our spokesmen from the National is going to remember each branch of the service, and after he mentions the remembrance for that branch, we will have a bellman ring the bell, and then he'll go to the next the Army, and then all the way through the branches, and the bell will be rung between each of those.
And is this a regular kind of a ceremony, or is this something that you've done up for this trip?
We have done this up for this trip, and we'll do it for all future trips. We will have a wreath, we will set it off, and we will remember each branch at every one of our fishing trips.
Well, what a wonderful commemoration. And Dick George, thank you very much for talking with us. And this will be happening in the next few minutes, right?
That's right.
Okay, thanks, Dick.
You're welcome.
Okay. Fallen brothers and sisters, we thank you for your sacrifices. Because of you, America is safe and free. May the God of peace grant you eternal peace. We thank all who have served or who are now serving. Members of the Army, the Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, and National Guard. We pray to St. Michael, patron of the paratroopers and all servicemen to protect those who continue in harm's way. May God bless us all and bless the United States of America. Amen. Great.
A special wreath ceremony was held to honor those who perished in combat. A member of the Craigenmore Pipes and Drums out of Gloucester played Amazing Grace, while a wreath adorned with red, white, and blue flowers was tossed into the waves.
I'm here with the captain of the Sundance 2, and this is
Tom.
Yeah, Tom. And last year, we didn't have any trouble with sand sharks, but this year we seem to be having a lot of trouble. What's the difference between last year's conditions and this year?
Well, we just got lucky last year. They're here this time of year, so it just depends on your day or your week. They disappear for 2 or 3 days and they come back. So that's probably a lot of it.
Yep.
We haven't had many sharks. Now they're unfortunately working this week, but.
But what are the fellas fishing for today? What kind of fish can they expect?
Cod, haddock, pollock, cusk,
Yep.
bottom fish, that type of thing.
So what's the kind of trick if you're not a regular fisherman? What's the trick of being successful on these kinds of trips?
Oh, it's like anything else. There's people that come every week that do very well. It's like golfing. The more you do it, the better they get at it. You can tell. There's they do it. They've been doing it. We have people on the other boat that fish 25. They fish once a week. So if they go, it's like the more they do it, the better they get at it.
Now tell us, it's interesting because the first place we went was just loaded with sand sharks, and then you kind of repositioned yourself. What's the trick? And you say you stay ahead of them. What happens
once
down
they get the center of the bait in the water, you're going to keep putting your lines down, but they're going to stay under the boat. So you can you stay as long as you can, and once they turn to all sharks, then you got to move out. The problem is you got to get in with the sharks to get a few fish. You get away from the sharks, you get away from the fish. So.
Overall this season, what are the fishing conditions like this year?
It's been rough. We've had a tough June, so we almost set a record on rain. So you can't really get a handle on it because the weather is the factor in this business. So we've had so much rain and wind that we've been canceling trips. So you really can't get a handle on it because I think I don't know how many inches of rain we had in the month of June, and it's it isn't like normal springs where you get good weather. Weather's a lot of it. That dictates where you go.
Yeah. Well, thank you for chatting with us, and we're glad to be aboard the Sundance 2 here for the second year of the Veterans Fishing Trip. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and I'm here with?
Brian Dudley.
And Brian, where are you from?
Originally from California, San Francisco.
Yep. And where are you from now?
From Boston, downtown.
Boston, downtown. So you're with a group of, 5 Boston members of the 101?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Yeah. And now I've seen you catch quite a few fish here. I think you just hooked quite a big fish that might be in running for the largest fish of the day.
Yes, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So hopefully, yes.
So are you a regular fisherman, or do you fish a lot, or is this kind of like once in a great deal, once in a while for you to pursuit for you?
It's a lot, usually off the rocks, and not too much out on deep sea fishing. But I grew up in California, and I love fishing.
Yeah. And how did you guys find out about the trip?
Grady Jones. One of the gentlemen that we live with, one of the guys we live with, told us about it.
Okay, great. So you live in a communal kind of a situation?
Yes, a temporary situation, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, well, good. Thank you for joining us. I won't keep you away from getting your hook back into the water there, catch some more fish.
All right, thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, and I'm here with Grady Jones, and I understand, Grady, you brought a group of vets with you from Boston today. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're from the New England Center for Homeless Veterans, and we got invited down here today with Mr. Kelly and a couple of guys from the 101 Airborne Division. So coming to do a little fishing.
Yeah. So the gentlemen that you brought with you are all homeless and live in a communal shelter. Is that correct? Tell us about that.
Yes, it's almost just like being back in the military. It's an open bay area, just like being back in the barracks. Everyone has their own bunk, their own locker. We all do pitching around the center. We do KP. And for you people who don't know, that's kitchen patrol. They help do dishes and serve the meals. We also do cleanup in our dorms, Mm-hmm. It's a communal area, but it's more like our homes. We take care of it ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And who runs it? Who owns it, or who is it run by? What agency or what? Tell us about that.
Well, as far as I know, it's owned by the Vietnam Veterans Workshop, and they're doing business as the New England Center for Homeless Veterans. Other than that, I'm not too sure. I mean, we do have our own CEO. We have our own board members. A lot of that I'm not too familiar with.
And how many vets have you got living there right now?
Just about 275. We have a 300 bed capacity. We also have a 16-woman dorm area also for women veterans.
And is there any limit on how long a veteran can stay with you and live with you?
I think it's just about 2 years. It gives us plenty of time to get guys up on their feet and whatever problems they have. We try to work out their issues first before we send them back to the outside, whether it's mental health, PTSD, drugs and alcohol abuse, anything like that. We just make sure everyone's all set before we let them go back.
Well, I think a fishing trip is really a good R&R for them. But they seem to be having a good time, and we'll probably see you back again next year with a few more.
Oh yes, definitely so. Yeah, I wish we could have brought more with us, but it was too early in the morning, and few wanted to come, but we're having a good time.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the word will spread. Huh, Grady?
Yes, it will. Definitely so.
All right. Thank you very much for chatting with us.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'm here with
Rocky Desolates.
And Rocky, you're from New Hampshire, I believe.
Yes, I am, from Hudson, New Hampshire.
And you're a veteran of?
Vietnam War.
Yeah. And what years did you serve in Vietnam?
67, 68.
Yeah. And I understand that aside from being an expert fisherman here, because I think you've caught quite a few today,
Yes,
you also spend a lot of your spare time doing some very gracious work on behalf of other veterans. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I like to help out the vets as much as I can because I had a hard time getting my disability, so I've been trying to help them get their disability without all the rigmarole that the VA throws at you.
Mm-hmm. And I understand you even have a veteran living in your own home at no cost out of the graciousness of your heart.
Yes, well, I've been doing what I can. He's the second vet I had living up there so far. And I've helped about 17 vets now get their disabilities.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of the fishing trip here? How did you find out about it?
From Mr. Smith right here.
Uh-huh. That's Bud Smith, yeah.
Bud Smith.
Yeah, we know Bud. Well, are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you think you'll come back next year?
I sure will. I'm going to try to bring some other vets with me.
That's great. All right, thanks, Rocky.
Right, thank you.
All right, I'm here with Tony Toland, who came all the way up from Hartford, Connecticut, right, for the trip?
Correct, Avon, Connecticut, just outside of Hartford.
Yep. And you represent what group, Tony?
The 101st Airborne. Yep.
And how did you hear about the fishing trip?
Well, actually, I heard about it from Dick George, and then also from Wayne St. Louis down at the national chapter at Fort Campbell.
Yeah.
I was down Fort Campbell a couple of weeks ago and heard about it down there.
Now, so far, I've seen you hook 2 or 3 sharks.
I have, and I did have one haddock. It came up, but I worked it so hard, it lost a lot of weight between the bottom and here.
And so it was undersized when you pulled it out?
Undersized when I pulled it in.
Well, that is a tall story. Yeah, that is a fish story, I will tell you, Tony. All right. Well, good luck to you. Good to have you on the trip.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a great trip, and it's great to see everybody out here enjoying themselves.
monopoly money anyway. It wasn't real. That's the real one. Thank you very much. He's donating it back. Thank you very much.
At the end of the day, old friendships were renewed, new friends were made, and tall tales were concocted about the big one that got away. Well, hi there. Another tough day at the office. Well, sorry. This is Walt Kosmowski. See you next time.